a noble geezer. The opposite of Donald Trump, you could say. Well, I suppose he is the Antichrist. That he is, yeah. Well, this noble geezer, his name is Joseph Stiglitz. Yes, he's a Nobel laureate, and he's an economist. He's a very, very clever man, and he knows what he's talking about. Unlike Donald Trump and J.D. Vance and Margot Rubio. What the heck is going on there? And then there's that like, RFK Jr. Oh my giddy yarn. Is someone going to put him out of his misery? Please do it soon. He's got some problems, that one, yeah. I reckon it's that brain worm that I do. Well, Joseph Laureate, he's had some things to say about Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg. And I would put Jeff Bezos with that list as well, personally, because quite frankly, chucking people in a rocker, just because they got a load of longer, then stick them to the edge of space and just let them swing around a bit for, spin around or whatever they're doing up there. Maybe they're making out, I don't know. Great old could be. You don't know. Were you there? No. So, there they are, all up there doing their bit, screwing up our atmosphere, peeing out all this feckin' fumes and what have you, and toxic chemicals from these bloody rocket ships, just because they need to, boost their ego. Also, Katy Perry can, knock one out or something. I don't know, whatever she's doing, okay? Now, anyway, Joseph Stiglitz. He's had a few things to say, anyway, about these cretins. These evil bastards. Yeah, people with no morals. So, he says here, right, they basically lost all accountability. Because they've got so much power, they can pretty much do whatever they want. As long as the tangerine tyrant, Donald Trump, the US president, dum-dum, agrees. Oh, that's okay, you can do that, give me £1,000,000. If you know what I mean. Well, he believes that these people need to take a leaf out of, say, Tim Cook's book, who's CEO of Apple. Now, I'm no lover of Apple. But one thing I do like about Apple is all your data, if you've got iPhones and stuff like that, all held on private servers. So unless you're sharing your data with, Timbuktu or something, or whoever, well, then your data is relatively safe. Apart from obviously they get hacked occasionally, and you have flaws in the chips where there's backdoors in them and stuff like that. If you remember that, yeah, I do. Well, unfortunately, we've got the likes of Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg, Jeff Bezos, with their servers, with huge amounts of our data on. Okay, this isn't about data, okay? But huge amounts of our data, and they've got no interest in keeping that secure. Instead, they've got more interest in actually stealing it and doing whatever they want with this large language model, AI, or machine learning, if you like. Now, the thing about Jeff Bezos also is that he owns a huge volume of the world's servers. He provides server space for, companies all around the world, right? Countries, it's just all stuck on his servers. So does, Google as well. All these cloud servers all over the feckin' place. They're fast, they do their job. But for us who live in Europe, what about our data? Why is our data being stored in the United States when we are saying that we want to be self-sufficient and we want to effectively separate ourselves from the United States? Now, while we've got all our stuff in their servers, Donald Trump could probably make some sort of decree or something, by decree, or executive order. We're going to keep all that fucking data. And no matter what laws are going on abroad, Donald Trump doesn't give a shit about laws because he's breaking his own laws. Well, not his own laws, but, the country's laws, the Constitution. So, as far as I can see, is that nothing is safe. But according to Joseph Stiglitz, it's like Twiglets. He looks a bit like a Twiglet. Yeah, he's quite skinny. I think you can fold him around, like a twig, yeah. Crikey, what page that is a Kama Sutra? I can't remember. Oh no, I'll have practiced that one tonight. Don't tell the missus. No. Might have to get some old butter out there and sort of lube her up a bit, you know how it goes. So, what did I say that? Sorry, I apologise. And I'm not editing that out, no. So, Stiglitz doesn't mince his words, all right, with this. He argues that today's social media platforms, particularly X, formerly Twitter, Elon Musk's X, and Instagram, function as a propaganda machines. How can I argue with that? They're turning our young to the right side, to the right. Look what's just happened in the UK, and look what's happened in Germany regarding the AfD, the Alternative for Deutschland Party, which has now just been classified as an extremist party, which I think is illegal, isn't it? There's one way of getting rid of them. Well, the young is turning to, especially young males, not young women, young girls now. They are, young women, sorry, young men and young women, and the young women are turning more to the left, it appears, and the young men are being radicalised. Are we stupid or something? Is the male species got a few screw loose? Are we easily influenced? I know I was before I got married, Oh, and look, and I am. I'm like, oh, crikey, I was drawn right in. I was, crikey. Now she's got me. So, sort of gone sour. I really have to work now, I'll tell you. Blimey. So anyway, this isn't about the reform, about the platforms alone. It's about the people who is designing and the people who are running these and those who, quite frankly, showed some balls and some guts and, some morals and decided to, like, for instance, get rid of people off their platforms, such as Andrew Tate, such as Donald Trump, the President of the United States. Get shot of them, didn't they? And now, they've bent that knee. They've turned old Donny around that they have, and they're suckled on his old chocolate starfish that they have. I don't know if they did it at the same time or whether they waited in a queue. I have not got a clue. No. Either way, there's a bit of this going on. If you know what I mean. Well, so it's not about the platforms themselves, it's the way they're managed. And the fact that Mark Zuckerberg, he sat there after his meeting with that tangerine tyrant Donald Trump. He sat there and he told us all, well, it hasn't been working, and we're going to have to change the platform, and it's going to be community notes and all this sort of rubbish, which doesn't work because people have already seen the crap. They're already being indoctrinated. Luckily, they're all getting fined. Elon Musk, you're going to be getting about $1 billion, fine from the EU. Very soon, it's coming your way. Yeah, put the check in the post. Well, so he says here, right, that Musk and Zuckerberg have built-in ecosystems where algorithmic application powered by personal data collection fuels engagement. Right? We know that. That's how the algorithm works. Just like here with the YouTube. Yes. Powered by personal data collection, fuels engagement, controversies, and division. Now, have you ever been on TikTok? If you have, and you just search for, AAA or something like knitting or, crochet, eventually you'll end up with dancing, and then you might get some little let's call them tasks, but anyway, young ladies on there effectively showing, being a little bit, how to put it, expressive with their bits, if you know what I mean. Yeah. That's what TikTok is like. It evolves. You effectively, your algorithm becomes less it becomes desensitized. And then, we'll see if you like this now. And then we'll see if you like this more extreme stuff. Then, you like that, did you? What about this more extreme stuff? And it goes on like that. And that's pretty much how algorithms work. Now, like, for instance, if you do a search on your YouTube now, watch this video first. Do the search on YouTube after this video. Don't forget to boot the like button. Oh yeah, don't forget that, And if you want a sport channel, do it on Patreon or buys a coffee, links down below. But anyway, if you want to do a search, and in that search put something like whatever you like, okay? The first three little things in the row of the searches will be what you're looking for. You might watch one, yeah, great. But then you go to the next part of the search in your feed. You're not getting that in your feed. You'll get something else. So they're trying you all the while. They're testing you, seeing what you could be drawn into, and also seeing your behaviour. What your behaviour is. And it's all recorded and calculated, and they've got a fairly good idea of what you like. Debbie Does Dallas, or something like that. Oh, I don't know. Well, so it fuels engagement, controversy, and division, and all in the name of profit and power, and that's the problem, greed. Profit and power, what is it? It is greed. Power. Everything in greed, everything in excess. Having more, anybody can have power, but do you need excessive amounts of power? Same with money. Do you need excessive amounts of money? It's fueling the majority of our economic problems in the world. And no government seems to have the guts to grab them by the fecking kajibas and tax the feckers properly. Oh, they'll all leave, or so what? Let the feckers leave. It'll be a little bit of a short-term hit, but we'll work it through. At least we won't be getting ripped off, because the pot of money is getting smaller and smaller and smaller, while these feckers keep draining us, because that's what they're doing. And we're giving them the money, literally. Stupid. It's absolutely stupid. So, yes, erosion of all the democratic institutions. We've seen that with Donald Trump. You've got an extremist party, in the White House. Look what they're doing with their Doge. We've got what we just had in the United Kingdom regarding, 677 councils going out of 20-odd thousand going to Nigel Farage, of the Reform Party Limited. And then you got youngsters, young men again, voting for this man. What is it about him that draws you to him? Haven't you learned anything from history? Did you even learn anything at school? Have you not learned anything from recent events, like Doge? Because Nigel Farage has literally suggested that the UK should do some kind of Doge. And then Angela Jenkins, who's now mayor of Northamptonshire, Northamptonshire or Warwickshire, I can't remember. Anyway, Northamptonshire, I think. Who gave you the bird? Anyway, she's now saying that we should get rid of DEI. Oh, we're going to get rid of these members of staff as well, even though they haven't got any there in the council. It's so stupid these people are, you see. Anyway, if we don't rise above this, we're for the chopping block. We really are. We're allowing this to run away with us. We're allowing AI and not just artificial intelligence, but these social media companies and globalist companies, massive organisations, who've got control of absolutely everything, including your food. Allowing them to effectively, how do I put this, forcing us to work for them. Well, they should already be working for us. We're the ones who are putting them on their pedestal. So we're the ones who can actually knock them off their pedestal. We need to stop buying their shit. Ideally. Or at least cut back. Or look for alternatives. Alternatives that aren't trying to cause some public disorder and get rid of all your social institutions and who ain't going to make you work until you're 90 years old. You know how it goes, because that's where you're heading. 85, I reckon. 75, actually. Somebody to go. Anyway, please click the old like button and maybe subscribe to the channel. And please share my videos, because for some reason YouTube don't like me again. I've started making cards as well, so I can put my prettier face on. Alright, so you can see, what, you want a treat or not? Alright, you got to perform. You're my dancing seal, and that you are. Oh, climb up my leg. Okay, that's a good boy. That's a good boy there. Anyway, toodaloo.